Welcome to Wealth of Knowledge, your go-to channel for insightful audiobook summaries focused on self-development and self-healing. Here we dive deep into the wisdom of the world's most transformative books, bringing you the key takeaways and actionable strategies you need to enhance your life. Welcome to this extended audiobook summary of Stop Overthinking by Nick Trenton. Overthinking is a challenge that many of us face, often leading to cycles of worry, doubt, and stress. In this session, we'll explore the depths of overthinking, what it is, why it happens, and most importantly, how you can overcome it. With practical strategies, real-life examples, and actionable steps, this summary will provide you with the tools to break free from the mental clutter that holds you back. Section 1: Understanding Overthinking. Let's start by diving deep into the concept of overthinking. Overthinking isn't just occasional worrying, it's a chronic habit where your mind gets stuck in loops of negative thinking. Nick Trenton describes overthinking as a repetitive cycle where thoughts go around in circles without reaching any productive outcome. It's like being trapped on a mental treadmill. No matter how much you think, you're not moving forward. This kind of thinking often begins with a simple concern, such as an upcoming presentation at work or a disagreement with a friend. But instead of addressing the issue directly, overthinking leads you to question every possible outcome, analyze every word spoken, and imagine worst-case scenarios. This mental process not only causes stress and anxiety but also paralyzes you, preventing you from taking any meaningful action. Trenton explains that overthinking can lead to several negative consequences. For one, it can cause mental fatigue. When your brain is constantly engaged in overanalyzing situations, it becomes exhausted, leading to decreased productivity and creativity. Additionally, overthinking can manifest in physical symptoms, such as headaches, muscle tension, and even insomnia. Over time, the chronic stress associated with overthinking can take a toll on your overall well-being. But understanding the nature of overthinking is just the beginning. To truly address this issue, we need to explore where it comes from. Section 2: The Roots of Overthinking. So why do we overthink? What drives this destructive habit? According to Nick Trenton, the roots of overthinking are often deeply embedded in our psyche, shaped by a variety of factors, including personal experiences, societal pressures, and even our upbringing. One major trigger is perfectionism. Many overthinkers are perfectionists at heart, constantly striving for flawless performance in every aspect of their lives. This need for perfection can lead to overanalysis, as every decision is scrutinized to avoid mistakes. For example, you might spend hours deliberating over the wording of an email, fearing that a single misstep could lead to negative consequences. This perfectionism is often rooted in a fear of failure, another key driver of overthinking. Fear of failure is a powerful force. It's not just about avoiding mistakes, it's about avoiding the emotional pain and judgment that might come with those mistakes. Trenton explains that many people overthink because they're terrified of the repercussions of failing, whether it's in their careers, relationships, or personal goals. This fear can paralyze you, leading to endless cycles of what-if scenarios that prevent you from taking action. Another significant factor is the need for approval. In our social media-driven world, the pressure to present a perfect image can be overwhelming. We worry about how others perceive us, whether we're liked, respected, or admired. This constant concern about others' opinions can lead to overthinking, as we try to anticipate and manage every possible reaction to our actions. These roots of overthinking, perfectionism, fear of failure, and the need for approval are often interrelated, feeding into each other and creating a vicious cycle. But recognizing these triggers is the first step toward breaking free from their grip. Section 3: Mindfulness as a Solution. One of the most powerful tools Nick Trenton offers for overcoming overthinking is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, without judgment. It's about observing your thoughts as they arise, acknowledging them, and then letting them go without getting caught up in them. In the context of overthinking, mindfulness serves as a counterbalance to the mental loops that keep us trapped. When you're mindful, you're able to step back from your thoughts and view them from a distance. Instead of being swept away by a tide of worries, you can watch them from the shore, recognizing them for what they are: just thoughts, not reality. Trenton emphasizes that mindfulness isn't about suppressing your thoughts or trying to control them. Instead, it's about accepting them without attachment. For instance, if you find yourself worrying about an upcoming meeting, instead of spiraling into a series of what-if questions, You acknowledge the worry. I'm feeling anxious about this meeting. Then you let the thought pass, bringing your attention back to the present moment. Mindfulness also involves focusing on your breath and your body. Trenton suggests simple mindfulness exercises, like deep breathing, to help anchor yourself in the present. By paying attention to the rhythm of your breath, you can calm your mind and reduce the intensity of overthinking. These practices help create a mental space where you can observe your thoughts without being overwhelmed by them. But mindfulness is just one piece of the puzzle. To fully overcome overthinking, it's essential to combine it with other practical techniques. Section 4: Practical Techniques to Manage Overthinking. Now, let's explore some practical techniques that Nick Trenton recommends to manage and reduce overthinking. First, try setting boundaries with your thoughts. This might sound unusual, but it's a highly effective strategy. Trenton suggests designating specific times during the day to reflect on your concerns or worries. For instance, you could set aside 15 minutes in the evening as your worry time. During this period, you're allowed to think about anything that's been on your mind. But outside of this time, whenever a worry pops up, you remind yourself that you'll think about it later. This technique helps prevent overthinking from taking over your entire day and allows you to stay focused on the present. Another powerful technique is journaling. Writing down your thoughts can be an incredibly cathartic process. Trenton encourages keeping a journal where you can freely express your worries, fears, and concerns. This exercise serves two purposes. It helps clear your mind, and it allows you to identify patterns in your thinking. By seeing your thoughts on paper, you can gain a new perspective and start to challenge any irrational beliefs or assumptions. For example, if you're worried about a project at work, writing about it might reveal that your fears are based on assumptions rather than facts. You might discover that you're assuming the worst-case scenario without any real evidence to support it. This realization can help you reframe your thoughts in a more positive and constructive way. Speaking of reframing, this is another technique Trenton emphasizes. Overthinking often involves a lot of negative self-talk, where you might dwell on your mistakes or imagine all the ways something could go wrong. Trenton suggests actively challenging these negative thoughts and replacing them with more balanced ones. For instance, instead of thinking, "I'm going to mess this up," try reframing it to, "This is a learning opportunity, and I'll do my best." By changing your internal dialogue, you can shift from a mindset of fear and doubt to one of growth and resilience. Don't forget the importance of physical relaxation techniques. Overthinking doesn't just affect your mind, it affects your body too. When you're caught in a cycle of overthinking, your body often responds with physical symptoms like shallow breathing, muscle tension, or a racing heart. Trenton highlights the importance of incorporating relaxation techniques, like deep breathing exercises or progressive muscle relaxation, into your daily routine. These practices help calm your nervous system and reduce the physical effects of stress, making it easier to manage your thoughts. Another crucial aspect to consider is the impact of information overload. In today's world, we're constantly bombarded with information from social media, news outlets, and other digital sources. This constant flow of information can be overwhelming, especially when much of it is negative or anxiety-inducing. Trenton advises being mindful of how much information you consume and taking regular breaks from technology. By limiting your exposure to unnecessary content, you can reduce the number of external triggers that contribute to overthinking. Section 5: The Role of Self-Compassion. Now, let's talk about the role of self-compassion in overcoming overthinking. Many people who struggle with overthinking are also their own harshest critics. They hold themselves to impossibly high standards and are quick to judge themselves for any perceived failure. Nick Trenton emphasizes that self-compassion is essential for breaking free from the cycle of overthinking. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness, care, and understanding that you would offer to a close friend. It involves recognizing that everyone makes mistakes and that these mistakes are part of the human experience. When you practice self-compassion, you're less likely to get caught up in negative self-talk. Instead of berating yourself for a mistake, you acknowledge it, learn from it, and move on. This shift in perspective can reduce the intensity of overthinking and help you develop a more balanced, forgiving attitude toward yourself. Trenton suggests several ways to cultivate self-compassion. One method is to practice positive affirmations. These are simple, positive statements that you repeat to yourself, such as "I am doing my best" or "I deserve kindness." Over time, these affirmations can help rewire your brain to focus on the positive rather than dwelling on the negative. Conclusion and call to action. Overcoming overthinking is a journey that requires self-awareness, practice, and patience. By understanding the roots of overthinking, practicing mindfulness, applying practical techniques, and embracing self-compassion, you can break free from the cycle and reclaim your peace of mind. If you found this summary helpful and want to dive deeper into topics like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel, Wealth of Knowledge. We're committed to bringing you the best insights from books that can transform your life. And if you're ready to take action, hit the like button, share this video with others who might benefit, and leave a comment below about your own experiences with overthinking. What strategies have worked for you? Let's keep the conversation going. Remember, you have the power to stop overthinking and start living a more mindful, fulfilling life. Thanks for listening, and see you in the next video.